everybody. Oh my goodness, welcome back to my podcast here. It's been a long time and I'm excited to be getting back to this and showing you guys my knitting, as well as keeping a really nice little diary of it here for myself as well. So I'm coming to you today is what is today? Today's August 13th. It's a Thursday and it is the start of my weekend. So I actually recently changed work shifts again. So I'm working Sunday through Wednesday. So it's been a little bit of an adjustment going back to that schedule versus a Monday through Friday, but every week I've got a 3-day weekend, so that's always nice. But it's allowed me to have a little bit more time for knitting and getting back to the things that I've enjoyed, as well as I've graduated. So I graduated in May, and I actually just got my diploma in the mail, and that was super exciting. So there's been a lot happening. I'm kind of going to hop right into the podcast portion of it, and then towards the end, if I have any sort of extra notes or exciting things to go over, I'll kind of discuss that in the later portion of this. So I'm going to jump right in. I actually wrote some notes down. Who am I? I don't know. Usually these are just whimsical. Not even whimsical, just chaotic. So hopefully it'll be a little bit better today. I've got my two guys back here with me, so if you hear them, that's just them hanging out, having some fun. But I've got the door open, so they might be in and out, or they might just hang out, fall asleep. I'm not really sure. We just went on a really nice walk, so hopefully they'll be chill and relaxed. But I've just been enjoying my quarantine summer. It's been interesting, but again, we'll get into that later. So I'm gonna kind of hop in really quickly to some admin stuff. So I recently did open an Etsy shop. So I do work full-time, and as I mentioned, I did just graduate. So I've got a little bit of extra time now that I'm not doing schoolwork, to kind of focus on one project and goal that I've had for a long time, and that is having an Etsy shop. So the main thing that I will be selling there is going to be embroidery. So I will show a real quick picture of a recent order that I thought was just so cute. So this was a custom order of a cute little puppy named Maya, and they did request a flower crown. Here is Maya for reference. Hopefully that's not too glary. I'm still trying to figure out, I've actually moved into a new office space. My husband and I kind of swapped. This used to be his game room, now it's my office. So I'm kind of just trying to figure out still the best location for everything. I actually have been thinking that I might move our couch right here and move that over there, so I've got a little bit more natural light, but I'm still working on that. Anyway, so that was a custom order that I had, and let me see if I can find a few of my other custom orders. Super exciting. I have had 4 orders so far, so I've really been enjoying doing that, and just kind of getting that started. I don't know if it's going to be something that I'm not really sure what's, as far as what's going to happen with that Etsy shop. It's just kind of something that I wanted to get started, and I really enjoyed it. Here is another custom order. This is a house. So the buyer on this one sent me a picture of their house, and I actually hand drew their house and then embroidered that with some flowers surrounding it. I had a custom blanket request. Oops, let me turn my sound off. Custom blanket request there for Sweet Stella. what a cutie. She's a golden doodle. And I got to meet her. So that was fun. And then this was not a custom order. This was something that I actually already had made. And let's see if I can get a good picture of it. Is that embroidery piece right there. And so it was framed in this really beautiful kind of antique-y looking distressed frame. So those so far have been my 2 orders, and or 4 orders, excuse me, and they've been beautiful. So I'm so glad to see those out in the world and people enjoying the stuff that we make. It always feels nice, whether it's gifted or whether it is through a business or something like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got going on right now. Let me show you something really cute. It's actually on, I've got one here. I finished an embroidery piece recently, and I'll be showing that at the end in my embroidery and other crafts. But I got stickers made out of them. So, sorry, I'm still trying to figure out this camera because I'm doing it on my MacBook, so hopefully it's not too awful. But yes, I got a cute little sticker made out of it, and it is just so perfect. It's just so cute. So, I don't even know what to say about those. Those are in my shop, but they're just so enjoyable. Like, I just love looking at it on my screen. I might be having some pauses or some weird cuts. I'm a little congested this morning. I've had really bad allergies this whole season, and no concerns of like COVID or anything like that. It is truly just allergies. But oh man, I've had so much congestion. So excuse me if I sound a little bit off or if I have to pause to clear my throat or something like that. But anyway, so those stickers are just absolutely perfect. I don't think I could have asked for anything better. So that's kind of the admin stuff. As far as my podcasts, now that I'm back on this different work schedule, I do want to try and do them weekly, hold myself accountable, because I enjoy having them for myself. Sometimes I go back and watch mine just to remember. I know like last year, I kind of really started them up, and that was just like right after we got married and I moved from Georgia to Virginia. And there are a lot of really sweet memories. So my goal is to just continue doing these and have them both for you guys to enjoy as well as myself to enjoy. So I'm thinking every Thursday I'd like to get these up. So I think that's pretty much it for admin stuff. Not that that's really admin, but you know. So as far as some things that I have finished since, as far as knitting and crochet, so we'll start with knitting and crochet, finished objects, then we'll go into works in progress for knitting and crochet, and then I'm going to go over some additional crafting, which is really exciting today. So let's get started. I have a lot because it's been a long time. So I'm actually not this fast of a knitter, and I did go through probably what we all go through during the summertime, that there was like a month that I didn't knit or crochet or anything like that. I was just between the quarantine situation and it just being hot. I think I just had a little bit of a lack of motivation there. But I just see, I'm sorry, I just saw an end that I need to stop. There we go. But yes, between just everything, I did have probably 1 month or so, maybe a month and a half, that I couldn't even pick up my needles. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I know we all go through it, so I don't feel too terribly bad because I know that I've got quite a bit done. So here is the first one. So again, I do have my list here, so I will be kind of looking down at it just to verify all my information. So this is the Framework Bralette by Jessie Maed Designs, and I did knit it out of my own hand dyed yarn. So here she is. I think I showed it kind of partially finished, but I did finish it up, and oh my gosh, I live in this thing. It is so comfortable. So it is DK weight yarn, but it is so incredibly breathable. I love the color. It makes me happy. I've got some high-waisted shorts and skirts and pants and leggings that I just love wearing it with. So this is on my list to make again. I know she's got quite a few bralettes, so I might dip into one of the other bralettes, but I for sure will be making another framework. I love the details to it. Around the bust, it's got like the faux seam. On all sides, actually, it's got faux seams. It's just beautiful. The design, it's a paid for pattern, so I'm not gonna, give away any information, but the entire design of it is absolutely incredible. Was I showing it inside out? I think I was. Just kidding. Here it is. But yes, so the whole, just everything about it is absolutely gorgeous. The only downside is that I have a black lab and a, I think he's a lab pit mix, but they both have black fur and they shed. So, a bright bralette has a lot of dog fur in it, so I'm just constantly just picking at it or getting the roller to it. But absolutely beautiful. This thing makes me so happy, and oh gosh, I guess we'll talk about size inclusivity. Just to hop right into some of that stuff. Her pattern was really beautiful. In both that I knew with confidence that when I wore it, I would feel good about it. And that Jessie's done an amazing job in grading. I think that's what it's called, grading the pattern, in that there are specific instructions for each size, and it includes a wide variety of sizes, so everybody can feel just as beautiful and happy in this as the next person, which is really what it's all about. So yes, I absolutely love this thing. Oh gosh, I don't even know where to set anything. Let me pop that right there. So next up are some hats. So I knit this little beanie just out of, I believe, some Lion brand that I had in my stash. I am trying to work through a whole bunch of my stash this year. Once I get a little more organized with my craft room, I'd love to do like a little craft tour. And I don't have a huge stash. So I have one of like the Target bookshelves, and two of the bookshelf shelves are taken up by yarn, and that's about all I have. So but I still have a lot. Like I have multiple sweater quantities. I've got sweater for a Tecumseh, for a Forester, which I'll be showing later. The yarn for, I haven't started it yet, but and then just so much yarn. So while I am still doing my part and trying my best to support makers during this time, because I know how difficult it is right now, I'm also trying to, what I bring in, I want to not bring out, like not get rid of, but to use. So that started with just kind of working through some of this. So my husband, he was like, I really like that hat. And so I'm either going to use this color, or I have like kind of a khaki color that I think he'll love. So maybe he'll get both for Christmas or something. But I'm just kind of keeping this to the side, and whatever happens with this happens with it. But I actually really love that hat. It was fun making something in an hour. It was very, I don't know. You guys know what I mean? It's just like very fulfilling that it's like, oh, I finished something in an hour. So I also worked on this hat. This was also, I believe, Lion brand, and it's a little bit bigger. This one's kind of, my hair already is crazy, so I guess it doesn't matter if I put a hat on. But it's a little bit slouchier than the other one. You can see it's got a little bit of a puff. It's a little bit bigger. And so for me, that's not quite my favorite. So I was thinking if I do end up keeping this, I'd probably roll it. Maybe that's a little too short. I'm not sure. I probably won't be keeping this one for myself, but I think I'll gift it to someone who I know loves hats and loves like beanies and stuff. And here, I'll just show. I've got a really cute picture of my husband wearing it too. See if I can find it. But yeah, here we go. What a handsome fella. And that's our dog with our dog Whiskey. That's the lab pit mix. But yeah, so that's this one, and it looks really good on him, so like might as well let him have it. I don't think he's ever been like, oh, I really like that. I like that a lot, you know. He just like for himself. So hat number 3. Oh, I don't remember what patterns these are. I think I just kind of knit this one, but this one was from a pattern. But I don't remember which one it was, so I will leave it somewhere down here or in the show notes below. Sorry about that. So next hat is beautiful. This one's for me. No one's taking this one. It is the Oslo Mohair Hat, or the Mohair Oslo Hat. I'm not quite sure the wording on it. But it is by Petitknits, I believe. And here she is. So this yarn is Legacy Fiber Artz, the Foxtail colorway mixed with an undyed mohair. And I know I don't have great lighting over here, but like you can see the halo. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so warm. It gets a lot colder in Virginia than it does in Georgia. So I'm really excited for this hat. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's perfect. So yeah, this has a really beautiful, again, paid for pattern, but the way that it was written is amazing. So Chelsea from Legacy Fiber Artz, she was actually making one of these. She was doing it, I think, just like while she's breastfeeding, just a really easy, comfortable pattern to work on. And she really inspired me to make one. And I'll tell you guys, I'm not a hat person. I don't typically wear hats, and I don't typically like how they look on me. I'll be making some more of these. I actually think that Will wants one. So he might be getting one soon too. I actually have a really beautiful green that I think he would wear for sure. And he'd probably be able to wear it with his uniform. I'm not really sure. Whatever. He's in the military, by the way, so he's got a little bit stricter rules as far as what he can wear, but he would wear it just any other time too. But yeah, that's the end of my hat spiel. So I do have a shawl that I have been working on for a long time. I started it, I actually think, before we were married, and it was just kind of languishing. It was sitting around, and I just picked it up and I was like, what am I doing? I need to finish these projects. These are beautiful. Sorry, I got mohair. Okay, I'm back, I think. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Maybe 20 minutes is the limit on QuickTime. Again, I'm still trying to figure stuff out because I don't have like an actual camera. Maybe eventually I'll get one, but still kind of trying to work on the best way to do this. So I was going on about how I have mohair everywhere because I just pulled out that hat. But my next project, my next finished object is, let me get this situated. It is my Marled Magic. Oh my gosh. It's kind of fun. I can see you guys. Or me. Oh my goodness. Let me get a screenshot. Okay. So. Oh my goodness. I can't. So, let me tell you where I was. I'd finished this mesh section and I'd gotten all the way to here. And so everything else, all of these sections, this blue section up here, this like pink section right here, this blue section over here, this blue section, that's all knit. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love this because I like big shawls. Like, I don't like shawls that I'm constantly having to adjust or that are constantly coming undone. And this guy, he's sitting there. He's doing his thing. That being said, I still think I'm going to start shopping around for some shawl cuffs. So I can have, I do have a few fiddly shawls, but I think they're good for any shawl, just in case, especially like on a windy day or something. But oh my goodness. And of course it has tassels. I didn't have much left over of the yarn that I worked with, so I just had some really colorful pink yarn, and I just thought, oh my gosh, Stephen would love it. So oh, it's beautiful. I don't even know what to say about it, other than it's beautiful. Since I'm working from home right now, I find it gets really cold, and it's even perfect for like over the shoulders, just kind of keeping an extra layer of warmth. So yeah, it is amazing. But that's my Marled Magic. But I get like extra sniffly after mohair. I'm probably allergic to it, so I'm allergic to everything, including my dogs, but I love them so much. So I just take a lot of, not a lot of, but my prescribed allergy medicine. So let me pop these down there, and I'll put everything up later. So next up, this is my last finished object that I finished since my last podcast. And then we'll move on, I promise. 20 minutes in. Is my granny stripe blanket. Wow. Can't even. It's just absolutely perfect. It's all my scrap yarn plus minis. And yeah. So all of the details for this blanket are on my page, so I'm not going to bore you guys because I've gone over it so many times. But I love it so much that I started another one. So that, I guess we'll go right into it, into works in progress. So let me grab that real quick. In this basket that one of my good friends got for me, actually back in high school. But I don't believe in getting rid of stuff. That's not true. I don't believe in buying new stuff to replace old stuff that works. Just trying to be a little bit more sustainable or whatever. So here's my new granny stripe. This one is about 2 times the width, I guess we'll say. And so this one's going to be absolutely gorgeous. My husband has already claimed it for his own, which is perfectly fine with me. I want people to enjoy the things that I make. So I worked on this last night on my family Zoom. Every Wednesday we Zoom for like 3 hours. Not that we even saw each other that much normally, but anyway, so the past week, so this is only the past week that I've been adding on. You can see, oh, no you can't. Now you can see it. The stitch marker right there, kind of on that purpley color. So I've done that much. And these are the very bottom color, this kind of green, white green color, is a Lolo Did It colorway, and that was scrap yarn. The rest have been minis. So I decided, per the Grocery Girls encouragement, to subscribe to the Row 1 yarn subscription. It's kind of been my fix on getting new yarn, because as I said, while I am here and there trying to dabble supporting makers getting new yarn, for the most part I'm trying to work through what I have, because I have a lot. So here are some of the minis I've been working with. I actually don't have too many minis left for this month. I've already worked through them, but I did double the work because I did work on my crochet blanket last month. So what I mean by that is that this past week, I've also been adding to another blanket with these minis. So they come 10 grams. I use about 4 grams for a Battenberg square. And I have super fallen in love with this Battenberg blanket, and I haven't started putting any of them together, but I'm trying to stack them up. I'm sorry, so you can see what I've done this week, because I don't want to show them to you individually. I think that would just be a lot. But yeah, I've done 19 squares this week, and I think that gave me a total of 50 squares. So also living in this tote is just a whole bunch of other squares. Now, these other squares in here are a mix of minis as well as projects I worked on. So this is the Foxtails colorway by Legacy Fiber Artz. You can see how different that color is, how adding even a plain mohair impacts it. I think that was a mini, actually. That was not a... This is some beautiful yarn that I'm planning a project for, but I knew these squares only took 4 grams. So I went ahead and used that. This is the Lolo Did It colorway, the burrow, I think it is. I used this in a project. It's actually a green. Hard to see on camera. Sorry about that. I made some socks out of these. So yeah, I'll officially put all of my new squares in there. But I've got 2 blankets sitting in here right now. I actually ordered an awesome granny bag. So I'm thinking one of the blankets will go in there and one will stay in here. And that will be my second project bag ever. First handmade project bag. So I'm kind of getting into the project bag / basket world. I have plenty of I've got a lot of baskets that I keep my work in right now. But I am excited to have some some bags as well. So yeah, those are my 2 blankets that I've been working on. Here is my final whip for this week. This is a sweater. It is a test knit that I'm working on. And oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. It is the Estrella Sweater by Megan Reagan from Bad Wolf Girl Studios. So here she is. So I'm finished with the body. Oh, I'm going dark. Okay. I'm finished with the body, and I'm currently working on, not that sleeve, sorry. It's backwards in there, and so I just get confused. I'm working on sleeve number 1, and I'm thinking these are going to be 3/4, probably somewhere around, ending around there. So I still have a ways to go, and I still have 1 more sleeve to do, and I'm determined not to be on Sleeve Island. I have set myself a goal to have this done by Saturday, which I think is absolutely possible. So yeah, that gives me 3 days to get it done. And I'm off for 3 days, so it's perfect. And I got all my cleaning done already, so I'm just ready to sit back and relax. Now, this pattern will come out on September 1st. Again, it's by Megan Reagan from Bad Wolf Girl Studios. She has many patterns as well as hand-dyed yarn that is absolutely beautiful. I actually have quite a bit of her yarn. So this particular yarn is hand-dyed by me. I don't have any colorway names for them. I actually just enjoy dyeing yarn. I'm not the best at it, but you know, these colors are, this is a sweater colorway that I wanted to have for a long time. And I just thought, like, it's time to make it happen. So I made it happen. I'm absolutely loving it. The one thing that I don't know if it's me, and hopefully it'll block out, is that the color work is a little bunched up, especially right in this area. So hopefully once I give it a good block, it'll just be great. And you can see it kind of, the hips go out a little bit. I didn't like increase stitches or anything. So hopefully that means that once I block it out, it'll just be straight. It is a little bit big on me. I think I overestimated myself, but that's also okay. So it'll be comfortable either way. And I think I'm probably gonna make another one for my grandma. I think she's really gonna love it. So that's my last work in progress. And I think I'd like to talk about some yarn that I just purchased that came in the mail. Okay, so Halloween is imminent, as it is every single year, but it's even closer to us now. So, being the Halloween lover that I am, well, I like Halloween movies. I don't know if I don't go out for Halloween. I'll just say that. But I love Hocus Pocus, and I didn't get the chance the first year that this was dyed to get this yarn. So there was a revamp of it, of the amazing Sue and Chelsea from Legacy Fiber Artz. So without further ado, here's Winnie Sanderson. Oh my goodness. So these are what they're calling their micro sock kit. And it's their steel toe base. I'm just reading right off of here. It's a 4-ply fingering, 75/25, and it's 231 yards in this one. So in this 50-gram skein, and then there's a 20-gram mini that goes with it for heels, toes, and cuffs. And then I did get a second sister. I got Sarah. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I actually have my yarn winder set up, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast on. I can't decide if I want Winnie or Sarah first. I think Winnie. I don't know. Maybe Sarah. I don't know, but I am just gonna pop them into this little bag right here. We're gonna do Winnie first, so I'm gonna put Winnie in there, and I'm gonna start working on Winnie as soon as I get my sweater cast off and blocking. And then after that, I think I'm gonna work on Sarah. They're so beautiful, guys. If you haven't checked them out, they don't have any micros right now. They were all sold out, but I think that Sue mentioned that she has them in their cozy toe base, which is their cashmere base, as well as DK and mohair. I don't know if they have mohair for that colorway, but I think they have it in DK. So yes, absolutely go check them out. Amazing yarn dyers. One of my favorites. So if you have time, just go like their stuff, or whatever. So I think that's all for this week that I got in the mail. Again, next week I'll have a new project bag to show you, so that's exciting. So I kind of wanted to quickly discuss some other work that I've been working on. So some other making stuff that I've been working on. So this will be kind of be my embroidery and other craft section. So first things first, I've already showed you the sticker, but here, I hope you can see that. Yeah, I think you can. Here is the amazing picture, and you can see it's missing right up there. It was hanging right up there. But I absolutely adore this. It took forever. I wasn't super just focused on this whenever I was working on it, but yeah, I absolutely love it. So that's embroidery piece number 1 for myself that I got finished up. Set that over there. And then I do have a second one. It'll be kind of hard to see. I've got a really good picture on my Instagram if it's hard to see here. But it's kind of supposed to mimic being in like a forest and looking up at the sky. And I finished this one in the hoop, and I put some felt on the back, and I mattress stitched. I think mattress stitch is the correct term. So many people told me it looked like a baby pie, and I didn't even think about that, and I think it's so cute. Pie or no pie. So yeah, there it is. That's my second embroidery piece that I finished recently. Another thing that's new that I've been getting into is spinning. I kind of never thought I was going to get into it until I did. So this is actually a finished, I guess kind of finished object for, I don't know. But this is a mallard brigo. I just got it from Webs from yarn.com. And with it, I don't have it close enough. I actually don't know where it's probably somewhere downstairs in a basket. But yeah, so I started making some yarn with it. So I did the initial spinning from the fiber, from the bad of the fiber. I'm still learning terms. So I did the initial spinning part where you draft and spin and stuff. And then I wound it with my yarn winder, and then I started plying it. So, and again, I'm sorry if I get anything wrong. Please teach me, let me know if I'm messing anything up. But I started plying it, and it's a 2-ply, and I'm thinking that I'm going to just do a 2-ply for the whole bat of fiber that I purchased. And I'm really feeling a shawl in this. It is just absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. I don't know what shawl I will make. Some of the one thing that I think is probably pretty common is that obviously it's not completely the same size yarn throughout. And again, this is my first time ever doing this, so I'm not really too upset about it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But I'm trying to think of maybe just a big chunky shawl that will look good no matter what. So yeah, my spinning, and hopefully I will have maybe enough to start the shawl, or to kind of start figuring out what my gauge would be to make a shawl. I have one final new craft. You can see Whiskey and Buddy over here. I'm sorry if they're distracting. But I have one final new craft that I've started getting into. And this is the first one I ever tried, but I've really enjoyed it so far. So I just wanted to share it. Is hand carving. And this will be a crochet hook. So you can kind of start to see the hook there. And I am right-handed, so I put it into my hand what I felt would be comfortable. And this particular piece of wood has this little curve in here. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But it does have this little curve almost. It kind of reminds me of Bellatrix's wand. I don't know why. But yeah, so I started carving this last night, and I just need to get some sandpaper, sand it down. I'm gonna perfect the hook a little bit more because it's not quite where I want it to be. And then I am going to stain it, and I can't wait to use it. I'm so excited. So again, I don't crochet as much as I knit, although crochet was my first craft that I learned, fiber craft that I learned. I don't quite do it as much as knitting anymore, but oh my, I'm so excited to have this. I cannot even tell you. I've found just with like quarantine and everything that I've been getting into a lot of new crafts and having a desire to like cook a lot more and do a lot more self-care stuff. So as well as find new crafts and kind of enjoy new things that I might not have had time for before. So that's one of them. I literally just found this stick in my yard. So I said, I'm gonna do it. And I've really enjoyed it. So that's my crochet hook. Let me check to see here in my notes if there's anything else. Okay, yeah, so what I wanted to go into next is my future work and the things that I would like to work on in the future. So the first one, this is shameful, is once I finish my other sweater, I'm going to go ahead and pick this back up and finish this. I think this is going to be for my grandma. So this is a worsted boxy by Joji Locatelli. It is made out of Barocco. They're vintage. And I purchased this in, I think I started and purchased it in 2017. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a sweater for my grandma. I think that it is her color perfectly, and I don't know. I think I'm kind of feeling that I want to gift that to her. If I end up just absolutely loving it for myself, like I'll obviously keep it. But right now it's just kind of not the love of my life. Hopefully once I start getting back into it, it'll be a lot nicer and I'll really enjoy working on it. So I've got this in just this little basket, and this is, again, once I finish the Estrella sweater, the next one I would like to work on. So here we go. After that, I purchased some Plotilopi, and this was from websyarn.com, and I plan on making a Forester sweater by Melody Hoffman, I believe. This is some interesting yarn. So this is what the pattern recommends. It is, I found, budget friendly. I don't know about it yet, but I haven't started working on it. It is held double with mohair, and I think I'm just gonna do some cream mohair with this. Sorry, it's got fibers as well, so I'm kind of getting a little stuffy. I'm gonna see. You can kind of see it comes apart if you pull it too much, much like normal fiber. So I am interested to see how this works up. From everything that I've seen, once it gets knit, it is extremely strong and almost like weatherproof. So I am very interested to see how this will knit up. So that's my next goal. I've got a lot of sweater goals right now because it is still summer, but fall and winter will be here. I feel like before I know it, time has been flying by right now. For me personally, I've had periods where it's been really slow during quarantine, but right now it's been kind of flying by. So I do plan on finishing my Estrella this week, hopefully my boxy next week, and starting this sweater or the Tecumseh the week after that. So I also have some yarn for my Tecumseh, hand dyed. This was by me. So I have this kind of tan colorway with this green, almost succulent colorway, and I would like to pair it with a cream for the main color. So I will also be, my goal will be to finish a Tecumseh sweater by the end of the year. If that wasn't enough, I have 2 more sweater goals. I have a Pavement that is kind of close to being done. I still have a little bit on the body and the sleeves to do. I didn't pull that out because it is way far packed right now. You can see I've still got some like boxes over there. But I do want to finish that, and I'm using Molly from a Homespun House's yarn there. Sorry about that. But I'm using Molly from a Homespun House, her yarn for my Pavement. The very last thing is that I do plan on, after I get through my boxy, my Estrella, and either the Forager or Tecumseh, I plan on purchasing some yarn for the Notorious RGB. So that is a worsted weight sweater by Parks and Knit, I believe, which I have already purchased the pattern. So I just need to find some yarn that I absolutely love. I think I'm gonna try and make that one a little bit more in a budget. I was thinking about Knit Picks yarn or something on the cheaper side from Webs. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet for that one, but of course I'll keep you posted. So I've got quite a few sweater goals for the future. I've got a lot of large projects that I've got planned, other than the 2 socks that I would like to get finished. Yeah, so I think that's it for the crafty portion of this. So I'm going to pop this over to the side. I'm going to really quick and run to blow my nose real quick and I'll be right back. I'm going to sign off here. It's been a long episode. And if you're still here by now, wow, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm still going to try and work out some decorating stuff for my room, and see if there's a better setup that I can have some of that natural light to do my my podcasts at and my crafting at, but I'm not quite sure yet, since that closet's right there, what the best placing might be, but I'll figure it out. Now hopefully you guys will bear with me. The video quality isn't like 100% great, but it's on my MacBook, and the lighting, again, we'll work on it. So I appreciate you guys staying here, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. Again, if you have any questions, comments, anything that you just want to chat about, you can of course always comment here. I have an Instagram that feel free to message me, or whatever, you know, I'm always here to chat. So if I take some time to get back to you, it's just because I maybe took a day off social media that day, but for the most part, I mean, I'm in the house, so I don't have too much else to do except for enjoy my crafting and enjoy talking to people that I might not have been able to talk to before. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And my dog is chewing on his femur bone, not his actual femur bone, but a femur bone. So I'm sure you can hear that, and I'm sorry about that. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I'm going to go get some more coffee, and I think I'm going to make some lunch, and just enjoy a quiet rest of my day. So I hope y'all have a great week, and I cannot wait to see you next week, hear from you, and until then, enjoy your crafting, enjoy your time, doing whatever you guys like to do, and I'll see you later.